Hello everyone, welcome back to Make Your Ancestors Proud, where we help people achieve their goals, their dreams, using the law of attraction, manifesting, and Neville Goddard's teaching, as well as intertwining it into the art of Stoicism. Now, today is a little bit different video. I'm going to be talking about what I have achieved through the law of attraction, my craziest law of attraction stories. And, there's probably going to be even more crazy stories coming in the future as I'm continuously learning and also using the law of attraction. This is all a learning thing. You're always learning until the very day you die. So the craziest story, I'm going to go right off the bat. I'm going to tell you the most insane story, I think. It actually blows me away to this day. I used to work at Walmart. I was a cart pusher, and I remember I was pushing, these carts. I had the cart machine. It was like any other day. But I started learning the law of attraction. I want to say I was probably about 2 weeks in, and I was doing these little things to test it out because, I don't, if some of you, most of you probably know, but Neville Goddard, he taught about the ladder technique, where you fall asleep imagining yourself climbing a ladder, and you'll find yourself climbing the ladder. And these tests are used to reinforce the belief in the law of attraction and trusting the process. Now, when I did this, I was actually not sleeping. I was not on the edge of sleeping. I was actually working. And I remember, same old task, literally the whole day. You walk around, you grab carts, put them on the machine and push the button on the machine and guide the carts into the bay. And it was me and this guy out there, and he was actually, I think he was manning the machine at the time. So I was just grabbing carts, collecting them, putting them into the cart corrals to be collected. And I remember a few days before, there was this really huge fire ant pile, this huge hill, this colony. And we had a piece of food. I can't remember what it was. But we ended up throwing it into it because we wanted to see how long it would take for them to eat it. And they ended up actually eating it, and it was completely gone. I think there was a little bit left. I think it was a part that they didn't eat. But it was so mind-blowing to me. It was fun. I just love little things like that. But a few days later, I was thinking, I didn't have anything to feed them. I didn't have any food or anything. Nobody left anything in the carts outside. And I stopped for a second. I closed my eyes, and I imagined a cart sitting right next to the anthill with fruit, a bunch of fruit sitting in it. And I'm not even kidding you. 30 minutes later, that cart was sitting there. And I was absolutely blown away. I couldn't believe it. This is one of the most groundbreaking moments of my life. And it's something, so stupid. It's literally, I was trying to get food for the ants. But I left the cart there. I didn't want to touch it because I was thinking, well, maybe somebody's going to come back for it. Maybe they accidentally left it. And this was brand new fruit. This was literally just bought, brand new, still in the bags, tied up. Some of them not even tied up. Some like grapes, they were still open and stuff. But this was perfectly good fruit. And it was just sitting there. And so I waited like a whole hour for somebody to come back and get it, and it was still there. And I absolutely just could not believe it. And nobody ever came back for that fruit. I ended up taking some of the fruit and putting it into the ant pile. Not all of it. I probably shouldn't have touched it. That probably was somebody's fruit. But it's just mind-blowing how the universe wanted to show me that this was possible through something so humorous like that. It was just actually insane. It still blows my mind to this day that it only took 30 minutes and something like that came true. It's just something I think about all the time. It's so cool Guys, I'm telling you, simple stuff, the most simple things like that will reinforce your belief in the law of attraction and show you that this is 100% real. I am telling you, you got to try it. Just something so simple, so stupid. That's all it takes. And, I've had some other crazy things happen. Like, I remember, I was never really in a relationship. And, I always struggled with girls and stuff. And I remember me and my friend, we would go out to karaoke all the time and stuff. And I remember one night, I wanted a girlfriend, So I remember laying there and falling asleep. But while I was falling asleep, I imagined that I was cuddling with a girl. And the very next day, I actually ended up meeting my, now ex-girlfriend. But I remember I met the girl that I dated for a bit. And that was literally the day after. So this stuff, I'm telling you, it can work in your favor. It can work in your favor. And, I don't know necessarily what. There's also sometimes a bigger meaning behind things. Like, I ended up, having a falling out with this girl. She became my ex. It ended on very bad terms. But I will tell you, it cemented me into the law of attraction. I started learning more and more and more from it, and also taking care of myself. And it just put me on a better track in life. And I will say, if that never happened, I probably wouldn't be talking to you guys right now. So things happen for a reason, for your better. And that girl, she ended up just not being good for me. Like, it just was not good. It was just something that I wanted, and it helped me out in the end. It really did. But at the time, it seemed horrible when we broke up. But really, it wasn't. So, if bad things happen like that, don't get distressed. Because there's always something good on the other side. There's always something good coming out of it. I promise you that. Now, another story of mine was, I remember this was also while I was working at Walmart. And I was testing out the whole law of attraction thing. I remember as I was working, I thought, it would be very cool to have butterflies as a pet. People keep it inside of the cylinder net stuff. And I was thinking, literally, it only took a second. Like, I wasn't like focusing on it. And the funny thing is I wasn't even focusing on the feeling of it or the emotion of it. I was just thinking, it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool to have butterflies. I wasn't even trying to manifest anything. And I remember the very next day, my grandma called me and she said, hey, come over. I got something for you. So I came over there. And next thing you know, she pulls out a cup with 2 caterpillars in it. And these caterpillars ended up being the same caterpillars that would turn into, I believe they're called monarch butterflies, the orange and black ones. I could be wrong on that one, but they were the exact same caterpillar that turns into those, which is what I thought of for a second. So this is why it's also dangerous to think bad thoughts, even if it's for a split second. Now, that doesn't mean to freak out, oh my God, I thought of a bad thought, it's going to come true. That's not always the case, I promise you. If you find yourself thinking of a bad thought, just afterwards, take 5 minutes to breathe and think of good things. Think of good thoughts. Think of what you want. Try to get back into a good state of feeling. The important thing is to not get upset over those bad thoughts and to ignore them. You want to acknowledge them. Let them come. Let them pass. But then follow them up with the good thoughts and what you want and the good feeling. And you'll be golden. I promise you that. But that's basically all for today. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, enjoyed hearing some of my stories. I have some little funny things, funny stories, some interesting stuff, crazy stuff. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And make sure you guys subscribe. You know, make your ancestors proud. Our whole goal here is to help everybody achieve their dreams, achieve their goals, get what they want, get what they desire, using the law of attraction and stoicism. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.